Have you ever sat down to create a business development strategy and run into nothing but barriers? Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. It's normal when you're sitting down to create a strategy to expand your business with marketing or sales or delivery or management, whatever it might be, that immediately, as soon as you come up with an idea, a barrier comes at you, or you say it out loud and somebody's like, oh, you can't do that. The economy, blah, your prices, blah. Nobody wants that. That's going to be too hard to sell. And here comes the barrier right back at you. It's normal as you're trying to figure out how to expand your business to sometimes feel confused, uncertain, or possibly even defeated. All right? Everybody who's in business runs into that every now and then. But I'm going to lay out for you today my number one rule that I always have in place when I'm creating a business development strategy. Imagine how it would feel if you sat down, you came up with a strategy, you came up with an idea, and you walked away completely determined, confident, and certain that this is the direction that you're going. I'm going to go over that with you today. I'm Greg Winteregg, CEO, Matterhorn Business Development. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We're pumping out all kinds of content to help you, the small business owner, do three things: make more money, make more profit, and run the business so it doesn't suck you in. So now you're working on the business instead of in the business. So now you're the business owner. It is time to develop a strategy to expand. I have news for you. This is not comfortable. This is not easy. This is hard work. I remember years ago, I was trying to help someone expand their business. They would come up with an idea, and the next words out of their mouth were, I don't want to work that hard. This went on, 2, 3, 4 conversations. I just gave up because this person didn't want to work that hard. All right, well then go get a corporate job where you can show up and nobody cares. Small business owners have to work hard. Guaranteed. So that's part of the game, but you need to be working hard and focused in the right area. So now let's circle back around to this idea of you have this strategy and now all you're seeing are barriers. Okay, good. So this is your strategy. Write all the barriers down. Just write them down with no opinion about whether it can be solved or handled or not. Here's all of the barriers. For simplicity's sake, there's 3 barriers. All right. So here are your barriers. And you can't go, oh, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Okay. If that's going to be your attitude, then you're not going to expand. So you look at those 3 barriers, find the one that you think you could solve, and you got to quit resisting the barriers. Take the one that you look at and like, you've got these 3 barriers. Okay, this one I can embrace. This one I have a couple of ideas. And you have to perish the thought that it will not work. Listen, anybody in your industry, whatever it is, your product, your service that you are out promoting as your basic purpose, anyone in that industry has these exact same barriers. Now, I always like to look around and say, well, who's the biggest in my arena? Who's the best? Has it been done before? All right. Well, it probably has. Now, you're not on the inside. You don't have access to their intellectual property. Make your own. So these barriers have to be confronted. Choose the one that you can embrace and start to solve. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take determination. But you cannot resist the barrier. You cannot even go into agreement that it's going to stop you. Here's this problem. And if I solve this problem, I can have a very successful company. If I solve this problem, I can take on the next segment of my market. If I solve this problem, I can double the company. Embrace it. Go talk to people who have done it before. Talk to people who back you up. And I talk about this in my book, Fun at Work. Listen, there are people who are not problem solvers. There are people who are problem creators. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Well, you're going to have to get advice from people who see the glass as half full. The eternal optimist, the person that has confidence in you. You're probably going to have somebody help you figure it out. Sometimes just sitting down and talking to another person, they come up with the idea. We have one client at Matterhorn who actually calls me the wisdom exorcist. He's like, I sit down, I talk to you, and you extract these brilliant ideas out of me. By the way, it's in an industry that I've never sold anything at all. But I do ask a lot of questions, and I make our clients confront the barriers. Listen, guys, barriers are part of the game. What is the Super Bowl going to be like if we have Tom Brady and the Buccaneers playing the Florida State high school champion? The Florida State high school champion is no barrier for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just won the Super Bowl. Is anybody going to show up for that game? No, we have no game. Listen, barriers are part of the game. So don't resist the barriers. Embrace them. This is going to be uncomfortable. This is going to be hard work. But I want you to just focus on this. If you solve that barrier, you double your company. If you solve that barrier, it opens up a whole new market segment. Just sit there and write it down. If I solve this barrier, what is going to be my reward? If I solve this barrier, I can have, 2 weeks vacation every month. If I solve this barrier, I can get that new house, or I can get that new car, or I can take my family on vacation. Just take a look, focus on the prize, embrace the barrier, and be willing to work hard to go for it. Now, finally, let's talk about confidence. You know what? It's up to you. If you don't have enough confidence, you can solve that problem and go get some help from somebody else. But you need to sit down, embrace that barrier, and confidently go after your strategy. And if that strategy is not working, then you circle back around, you look at the barrier, and you go in another direction. Plan 1 didn't work. Plan 2 didn't work. Plan 3 didn't work. I read an article once. Colonel Sanders presented his recipe to, it was over 500 manufacturing plants, investments, advisors, venture capital guys. I mean, he was in his 60s and he started Kentucky Fried Chicken, but he just didn't quit. So bring that determination, that work ethic to this problem. Quit resisting the barriers. This is not going to be comfortable. One of my favorite race car drivers of all time is Mario Andretti. Mario Andretti won the Indianapolis 500. He was a Formula One champion. And he said, if you're comfortable, you're not going fast enough. So you must push yourself. It's going to be uncomfortable. And so my advice to you is sit down, develop a business strategy, write down the barriers, address the one that you think is the most embraceable for you. The one that you think you could come up with a solution for, come up with a solution, and then you go for it. Focus on the prize at the other end and never give up. If you're looking for someone that's going to help you extract your wisdom on your plan and your business, then you need to work with us. Go to adventuretoprofit.com, fill out the short application, and let's see if we have a good fit here so we can help you.